All right, advice on shared dog custody post-divorce. Okay, my first question is, how many years does the dog have left? Okay, that's my first question. I know no one wants to think about it. We all want our pets to live forever, blah, 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 blah. Get real. How much time does the dog have left? Was this like still a new puppy? Like this is going to be a 10-year situation? Here's what I have to say. I would rather kill myself than have to deal with this. If I start dating someone who's sharing a pet with their ex, I'm like, no, you guys need to figure out who has the pet and who doesn't. Okay. That should be decided when you buy the pet. Okay. Put this shit in your prenups. All right. But I know I'm going to get flack. I don't have a pet, so it's like, okay, what do you know about? Oh, you don't know the love for a dog and blah, 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 blah. Listen, all of you that say my dogs are like children, well, then guess what? Treat them like children, get a lawyer, and go to a custody battle. That's all I'm going to say about this situation is figure it out, because I cannot imagine I'm with my husband at our kid's birthday party, and he has to leave to go pick up his dog from his ex and leaves me with a bunch of screaming 2-year-olds running around because it's our week to have the dog. Absolutely not. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shooters Gotta Shoot. I am your host, Spera, and this week, it's just me, guys. It's just me, hanging out with you. I'm going to be doing some advice questions for y'all because your girl got COVID for the first time ever, might I add, Fonzie. For the very, very first time. Huh? Yeah, I dodged it for a good long time. I got a little cocky of like, actually, I think I might be immune to this baby. And then I was like, no, finally caught your girl. The good news is I'm doing good. We're all right. But during that time, I was bored, home, alone. Finally put up one of those, like, ask me anything, questions, advice thing. And I was pleasantly surprised. Got a lot of responses. So people are into it. I'm going to do that for this episode. So before I get to your guys' questions, real quick, as always, hey, if you're watching on the YouTube, first of all, appreciate you. Second of all, if you have not hit the subscribe button, I don't know what you're doing, okay? And if you're listening to this, you should go watch it on YouTube because it's just more fun. All right, just come over here. Help your girl out. You can watch me here. And you can also watch the podcast on Spotify. If you like the Spotify app, it has audio and video as well. In addition to that, guys, obviously, if you want to help out the show, you could support our sponsors, which is sunsetlakecbd.com. Use our promo code SGS20 for 20% off. And the other thing you can do is you can join our Patreon, which is patreon.com/shootersgottashoot. Now, I had a day job. I lost it. It's gone. I got laid off. So the Patreon gang is now more important than ever. Very, very, very much appreciate you guys. Literally all that money I'm using just to use the studio clips, help get better guests, all that kind of stuff. So very much appreciate you, especially the people that have joined recently. Before I stopped doing extra episodes on there, because I just didn't have the time, because I also have my other podcast, Finding Mr. Height, and the Patreon there. However, now that I have the time, I will be adding an extra episode every week as well. So appreciate all of you that still supported the show without the extra episodes, but we will be adding that back in January. So again, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for the help. If you want to join, it's patreon.com/shootersgottashoot. And if you're on the Finding Mr. Height one, I also appreciate you and don't expect you to do both. But again, thank you all for the help, the support, the love. We got a big week. We got big things coming on. I actually have, I'm like, I don't know if this is fucking myself over, Fonzie, by saying this out loud. But I do have some fun news of I have my Comedy Cellar audition is this Friday. So I'm very, very excited. Go. Thank you. Thank you. The Corden set happened. It aired. I got an audition out of it and very, very excited, very happy. Also a little anxious, a little stressed.
Hell yeah.
But it's happening. It's happening, Fonzie. Things are happening. Yeah. So like I said, I might be shooting myself in the foot. Maybe we'll be crying next episode. No, I won't have an update for the next episode because I got to do 2 in a row because, holidays, guys. All right, it's the holiday season. But again, appreciate everyone's love and support so far, and hopefully there will be another place. I'm working in New York soon if you ever want to come to a show and see me live. So, yeah, that's really all I had. I think for updates up top, I want to get to these questions. This also feels a little weird to record solo with Fonzie watching me for some reason.
I'm like trying not to talk too much.
Well, it's a weird, like, I feel weird ignoring you in the room. I'm used to talking to someone that I'm like, oh, I just talked to the camera? That's the person I talked to?
You're doing great.
Which funny, I did my Patreon solo forever, and I was like oddly very comfortable doing it.
But was there someone else like sitting here right next to you watching?
No, it was just me in my room.
Like I'm like 3 feet away from you.
I know.
Just, like, staring at you.
I'm like, I need to look at the camera. Then I'm like, Fonzie, I just keep looking to my right. Like, we okay? How are you? Are you all right?
Great.
Which I told you, I might throw to you to just be like, what do you think?
Of course.
Give me a man's opinion on this because I like hanging with you.
I got you.
You're really, really fun. All right, we're just gonna rapid fire through these. See what you guys submitted. All right, here's our first question here. Okay, my ex is kind of in my social circle. Tips on how to handle when I see him. I get so triggered. Yeah, I mean, you just got to get over this. I don't know what other advice to give you other than just say hello, light, short convo, and then move on to the next person. It's way worse if you ignore these people in these situations. I've had people like, not even people I dated, but just people I'm like, I don't fuck with that person. I don't like them. But when I run into them, I still go, oh, hey, what's up? How are you? Reference something you saw on social media. I saw you were here. How was it? That's great. How's the fam? Easy question. But yeah, winning in those situations is like, it doesn't bother you. You're not triggered. Get that out of your head. Just say, hey, what's up? How are you? Think of one little update you're going to give on your end. Do not keep it dating related. I feel like that's obvious. Of like, what a douchebag move. Or like, I think you look desperate and worse if you're just like, yeah, I started seeing someone. So what's new with you? Like, oh, if I ran into anyone, even someone I just like hooked up with for a minute, and then they had the audacity to be like, yeah, I just started seeing someone, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. I'd be like, congratulations. Glad you finally got out or whatever. But yeah, you just have to say hello. I don't know what else to do. All right, let's see. Okay, how to approach girls. I'm worried on coming off too strong, too weak, or too creep. Okay, first of all, the only good thing from that book, The Game, we read that. We did an episode on it on the pod. The only good thing about that whole book is it at least tells men, hey, if you approach a woman, approach at an angle that she sees you coming. Because a lot of you just pop up from behind and don't realize how afraid we are of, like, being murdered. Like, we're afraid of it and we binge the documentaries on it, but it's just because we're picking up tips, But it's like, yeah, that's what makes you creepy, is just, did you come out of nowhere? Did you come out of nowhere and scare me, okay? The other half of the time, people will call you creepy of just, they're just not into you. That's essentially what it means. But in all these cases, I'm like, approaching, it's like, just be direct. Just say anything. Say hello, hi, compliment something, find a side comment to work your way in there. But if like too strong, I'm like, I don't know, just talk. Just be a nice person. It's not that tough. Like the too weak, I'm like, I wouldn't worry about the too weak. It's just like, it's something like if you're going to DM approach, let me put it that way, be direct, get to the point. Hey, what's up? I think you're cute. Or, hey, you seem fun. Would you want to get a drink sometime? And people that call that shit creepy, it's like, it just means they're not attracted to you is usually what it means. All right. But like, I'm very shoot your shot, do something. Just if you're in person, give them a second to see you're in their at least peripheral vision. Okay, fellas, just give us a second to be like, oh, there's someone about to be near my personal space. All right. The personal space bubble does not get entered unless there's an invitation. Okay. You don't have to get too close to me. You can even give a little wave if you're a little scared. All right. Make sure I know you're the one that's trying to talk. Okay. First date. What if the guy talks too much? There's several ways to do this. Sometimes I just sit there in absolute silence and I will see how long it takes him to realize, like, he has not at all thrown this back to me. I usually just point it out in a joke. Like, I've been on a date and been like, yeah, I mean, you could ask me some questions if you want, something like that. I jokingly, I think I put this on my story. I was like, you can wave a little white flag, pick up your napkin, just wave a white flag surrendering, see if he gets that hint. I'm just like, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just giving in. To this. Yeah, I mean, you could also just interrupt people. You could interrupt him. That's what I would do. I would just start interrupting him and then see if he got annoyed. And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I would like to be a part of this conversation or whatnot. Or get a third party involved. That'll be fun. Just add another person to your date. Be like, Maybe this other guy over here will ask me questions instead of this one. All right, let's see. Let's keep moving on. This is fun. Tips regarding speed dating. Okay, I've gone to, I think 2, maybe 3 speed dating events I've done in honor of this pod. This pod makes me try everything. Yeah, speed dating, I'd say the easy opener on speed dating is like, oh, have you ever done one of these before? And here's the thing. As someone who has done one before, I did not like that opener. When people said it to me, I was like, I'm not a loser, okay? But yeah, I have done one before. But it's like, I get it, easy icebreaker. I think in that time, it's like, the beauty of speed dating is it's swiping in real life, okay? You're mainly just going to be like, am I attracted to you or am I not? And I'd say keep the questions away from work. I think it's like a nice, easy intro of just like, oh, what do you do? Fine. But like, you don't really get to know someone like asking them about their job. And also like, I have rarely met people that really like talking about their job. Can we just say that? The only people I feel like talking about their job are teachers. And then that's also like, well, I think this man just thinks I'm going to find this hot, that children like him. And personally, I don't find it impressive. I don't. I'm like, cool, you like kids, you're a teacher? Good for you. What else do you like to do? What's something I can get involved in? Something we can really connect on. But that's some millionaire matchmaker advice, is not keeping the topic to work. And I agree with her on that. Of like, keep it light, keep it interests. Like, what are some of your interests? What do you like? Even just like freaking TV shows of like, oh shit, have you seen the White Lotus finale? It was crazy. Like, a lot of times it's just like, are we comfortable? Do we like this vibe? Do we have something to connect on? Because, you know, it's funny, I just said the hobbies thing, and I'm like, my hobby is, I don't know, everything's comedy related, right? So it's like, I'm not a hiker. I don't knit shit. I don't, like, my hobby right now is learning, be a better video editor. It's like, that's not exciting. That's still comedy related. I'm like, you know what my hobby is? When I have free time, I like to go out to eat. That's it. That's the only thing I'm like excited to do. I go out to eat and I socialize with the person that I haven't seen in a while. That's my favorite thing to do. So yeah, I don't really have hobbies. Don't like that question. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, this one. All right, this one hurts me. Okay. 3 best friends getting married next year. Do I go alone or bring a random? I'm so single. I mean, you clearly have never planned a party that was like a per person thing. Weddings are so expensive. If you bring a random person to a wedding that you're not actually dating and you weren't given the go ahead, okay, you're just being a dick, honestly. That's my opinion. Is like, you're just wasting your friends' money. Also, why is it so scary to go to a wedding single? It's kind of better. Like, I know people that are in couples and they don't bring their significant other because they're like, I want to go and do what I want to do. I want to talk to my friends, do whatever I want. Like, not have to worry about some person in the corner who doesn't know anybody, you know? It's like, the only bright side of bringing, quote, a random or someone you're like barely dating is like, cool, do you have a guaranteed lay at the end of the night? All right, you got your use out of your hotel room, but like, that's it. That's literally the only perk I can see. Because like, if you bring anybody to a wedding, you, first of all, need to give absolutely double whatever gift you were giving, because you're responsible for the gift, not for them, right? But like, you bring a random person, I'd be like, you better be giving me like $500. You're going to use that +1 on someone random. I better be getting some cash to make up for some random person in my pictures that none of us are ever going to see again. Okay? Fuck that. So hard. Oh yeah, I also hate the I'm so single. It's like, guys, we all could be with someone if we just wanted to be with someone. Let's be real. Like, there is someone that would be with you and you're choosing not to, and you should choose not to. Don't settle. All right. Let's see. What other ones here do we have that I want to do? Oh, yeah. So I had a handful of people asking me about long distance relationships. Yeah. I have never liked a man enough to have any desire to be in a long distance relationship. I personally don't see the benefit. If there's no end date in sight, I just wouldn't bother. That's my advice. You want real advice? Talk to someone who's done it. I've never done it. Okay. Next one.
Just like that.
It's, first of all, it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And also it sucks. I can't imagine, like, I've been single for so long, happily single, right? I can't imagine I finally get into a relationship. It's long distance. I'm like, oh, so basically I'm single except for like what? Every 2 weeks I have a fun weekend? Like it's not a real relationship to me. I'm like, I don't see how you can really build a strong connection with a person if it starts long distance. I can't. Especially like for what I do or whatnot. It's like if someone works from home, they got to be willing to like go be with you for at least a week, right? 2 weeks, something like that. But like I don't have that lifestyle and I don't have the money right now. So a long distance relationship to me right now sounds like the dumbest thing ever. It sounds like someone that's just a pen pal. I'm like, oh, I have someone to text and FaceTime? Cool. Guess what? I'm still not getting laid. This relationship sucks. Not a fan. Not a fan. And I wouldn't do it. If you want to do it, Godspeed. Let's see. Yeah, someone asked me, how do you find a nice Jewish boy? First of all, I'm not Jewish. I don't know if people know that, but I'm Italian, so I don't. It's like, do I know Jews? Yeah. Are they all comedians? Yeah. And would I advise to date them? No, I would not. No, I would not. If I knew a nice Jewish boy, really any nice guy that wasn't a comedian, I would be making my own moves on them, and I would not be helping you out. I hate to tell you that, but I wouldn't help. I would try to take him for myself. And then if he said no, I'd be like, all right, well, there's some random girl in my DMs that apparently would take anybody Jewish and nice. So, yeah, upgrade your dating apps and use the race filter and religion filter. You are allowed to do that. I know it sounds icky to be like, oh, but filtering race, am I racist? Yeah, you kind of are, but whatever. No one knows. I'm not going to know that data. Only you know that data. I don't know you have the filter on. I'm just swiping on there. Someone might be having a filter on for only tall bitches like me. And I don't know that. All I know is I got a like from, who's my most recent like? Who's here? Let's see. Francisco. Francisco likes what he saw. Does he have a height filter on? I don't fucking know. I have absolutely no idea. But thanks for the like, Francisco. How flattering. You like women that are probably taller than you. It's not. See, I was just racist. See that? I was just racist. Racist is technically just assuming something about someone because of their race.
He could be Italian.
It could be, exactly. But see, funny, if they're Italian, then I'm not being racist because I'm Italian.
Exactly. I don't get it.
Yeah, Francisco's not that tall, but they're not afraid of me, and that's what I want. On that topic, this is a fun little story I'll tell. Okay, Fonzie. So recently I have a friend who she has a Jewish father, and she's like, oh, he recently has been like very into like asking her like, oh, and your friends, and are they dating anyone, blah, blah. So this Jewish dad asks my friend about me. He was like, oh, is Erica seeing anyone? She's like, oh, she did for like a couple months, didn't work out, whatever. She's single again. And he goes, Erica needs a large black man. What? Who's gonna tell her like it is.
Is he wrong?
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not opposed. So, yeah, if you're a large black man, you want to slide in my DMs, they're open. I don't care. Yeah. But it just was so funny of like, wow, this Jewish guy is just being like, yeah, she needs a big black dude who's gonna just give it to her straight. Give it to her like it is. Yeah. Which it's so funny that people are like, Erica needs someone to put her in her place. And I'm like, first of all, I'd like to see you fucking try. Okay? That's a difficult task. But second, everyone acts like I'm some like dictator in relationships. I'm really not. I become a simp pretty easy. Like, if I like you, I like you. I don't play games. I'm not like, this is how it is. This is what you got to do. It's just like, yeah, if I don't like what you're putting down in any realm of like how you're treating me, communication, whatever, I'm like, I'll leave. That's not a dictator. A dictator wants to control you. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to control me, and my feet are leaving the situation or whatnot. But anyway, my DMs are open to all people. I don't care. But if you DM people, my God, have a public profile. What is this? And have some photos of yourself.
Yeah, that's insane.
This is, what? Who is this? That's my biggest beef with men is they'll be like, well, and it's like, you're messaging me because of what you see physically, right? Or you listen to this pod, I don't know. But like, you are only messaging me because of my physical appearance. So then for me to be like, so what's your physical appearance is not me being an asshole. That's literally the only reason you messaged me. So I'm not a dick to be like, yeah, what are you working with over there? Okay. Are you a large black man? I don't care. People know I'm open to all races. I don't have a race filter. Okay. This was an interesting one. Someone said dating advice for fat guys. My advice is not going to change for anybody based on their appearance. Can I just say that? People, what? Dating advice for fat guys? First of all, I'll say this. Of all the women I know, way more hate towards skinny men. Can I say that? As someone who's dated very skinny men, I was astounded of like, I start dating a skinny guy. I show a picture and they're just like, oh, skinny. And I'm like, yeah, I think I secretly hope I like get some of their metabolism. You know, I feel like I'm like, man, as someone who's always had to deal with watching their weight, I'm like, well, if we have kids, I guess there's a plus side. Maybe they'll get your metabolism, right? Maybe. Or I'm like, maybe if I get their DNA inside of me, it'll rub off a little bit. I'll take it. I'm fucking already taking enough vitamins every day to try to fix this shit. Anyway, that being said, first of all, I think fat guys have a leg up against skinny guys, all right? And no hate to the skinnies. I like you. We all like you. Advice for any man ever is literally just have a plan. Have somewhat of a plan for your life. And if you want to take someone out, just have a fucking plan. Women get wet for plans. That's it. Just literally pick a day, pick a time, pick a place. She can't do that day. If you are able to schedule within the same conversation, we're fucking impressed. Make it easy. That's all any man has to do is just make it that they have to show up. Okay. As me personally, when I not date anyone, Jesus, I only date men. When I date men, nothing is more annoying to me than like someone who is just a pain to fucking schedule with. I have had men that I've been like, I'm horny. This guy seems cool. If this date is just fun enough, I'll probably fuck this guy. All he has to do is show up to the date. And the getting him to show up was just so difficult and annoying. I was like, I don't need this dick that bad. I don't need it. Y'all are shooting yourselves in the foot of the fact that you are just like, to come into Manhattan. It's like, yeah, bro, you don't know this, but this is right by my apartment and you are blowing it. You are blowing it so hard. So hard. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's just do a fun one here. Best bagel order. Fonzie, what's your bagel order?
Sausage, egg, and cheese on a sesame seed.
Oh, you're a sesame guy.
Sesame seed every time.
Okay. Can I ask you this? In general, though, regardless of bagels, do you pick sesame over non-sesame bread all times?
I like an Italian seeded roll. That's got the sesame seeds on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like a roll. Oh, interesting. It's an interesting. People that love sesame fucking. You can't talk them out of it.
Right, yeah. It's all
my dad's a sesame guy.
Even sesame chicken, like at, some Chinese
food.
That
is my Chinese order of sesame chicken. Good. That's what I used to be General Tso's. I switched over.
Yeah. I used to do General Tso's and then sesame seed was revealed.
Some people might not like this, but I go based on do I want savory or do I want a little sweet? If I want a little sweet, I go cinnamon raisin bagel. What is it? Walnut? What is it? Not cranberry, walnut. Is it walnut raisin? Cinnamon raisin? Like whatever, walnut raisin cream cheese, like double down on that sweetness. I'll do that. And then I'm a sausage, egg, cheese, onion bagel usually. Mm-hmm. I like and everything, but I like the onions a little stronger on that savory.
Definitely stronger.
But an even better move is sausage, egg, scallion cream cheese instead of cheese.
Scallion cream cheese.
Could you cream cheese egg combo? Change your life.
Yeah.
It'll change your life. And I'll be honest, there's been several times I've walked in and been like, I don't know if I want the savory or sweet, and I just order 2 bagels. Because I'm an adult, and I can do what I want.
Hell yeah.
And I'll have half of each. I'll start with the savory, and then I'll have the sweet one for the end of my meal. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Okay. There are so many here that are like, this is just like mind-blowing to me I can't find the exact question. Where is it? It was a recent one I had. Basically, all right, I'm going to butcher this because I can't find the exact one. DM'd a guy from Australia. He's into it. He's offering me to fly me out. Should I go? I mean, I just read that and I'm like, are women just not concerned for their safety anymore at all? Like, obviously these questions are short. I don't have all the info. I'm like, I'm praying to God you've at least FaceTimed this man to make sure it is who you think it is a few times to be like, can you have a conversation? But yeah, Look, I'm all for spontaneity and love and whatnot, but like, be real with yourself. Can you afford a last-minute flight out of Australia to wherever you have to go and, a hotel room for a few nights if you need it? If the answer is no, then no, you can't go. Also, Australians have like 5 months of vacation fucking time. Have them come to you, is what I would say. I'd be like, hey, this is America. We get 10 days, and we don't get sick days, and I have terrible health insurance, so you need to come over here. That's what I would say to any Australian. I'd be like, how much vacation you have? Too much. Y'all can make the flight over here. Yeah, that's someone else messaged me. Some guy in Germany was like going to NYC for 3 days and invited her, and it's just like, my advice will always be the same of like, do you have a place to stay? Can you afford your own place to stay? I would not lock myself into staying with a stranger. And can I afford a plane ticket out of there? If you can't afford those things, this life ain't for you. Okay? You don't want to be in Australia, be like, this guy sucks, and then you got to just find another Australian to what? Plane ticket you home? That sounds like a nightmare, you know? Also, I love that just like the Australian accent makes women so trusting.
Noir.
Like, what are we doing? Like, you think an Australian won't murder you just because their accent's sexy? Like, I have yet to get a DM that's like, I'm talking to this Indian guy, and he's offering to fly me out from India. I sent him one DM. Should I go? No one's sending me that DM. No one at all. Like, come on, guys. All right. Let's see. I should have organized this a little better. How long have we been recording? Are we a half hour? What are we at?
25 minutes.
We're only at 25?
Yeah.
Oh, look at us go. Look at us go. We're flying through these.
Flying.
All right. Here's an interesting one. 2 dates and texting in between. My birthday house party is tomorrow night. Should I invite him or too early? Okay. I'm very much a person that I'm like, I do what I want to do. So I feel like you want to invite him to your party. You have every right to invite him to the party. However, 2 dates is soon, that if he goes, this feels a little too soon for me to meet your friends, cool, fine. Don't hold it against him. But I'm like, you want to invite him? Invite him. You have to give people the opportunity to make you happy. And the only way to do that is like letting them know what you would want. So if he's like, meeting your friends a little too soon, a guy that is into you though will kind of be like, but we should do something for your birthday. And y'all should just like get dinner or something together. Just the two of you, you know? And then there's also less pressure of like, it's that same babysitting thing of a wedding. Do you really want to like kind of have someone there? You have to babysit and host and whatnot. Like, it's all up to you. I'm at the point in my life, I'm very like, if I'm into someone, I'm into you. I don't care. I'll have you meet my friends rather quickly because I feel like it's just a gauge of, are you into me? And does shit scare you? Okay, well, then clearly you're not a large black man that I should be with. So, but no, I'm like, it's not too early to do whatever the fuck you want to do. All right, Fonzie, I got so many messages from women about men saying I love you back. Let me ask you, have you ever had a girl say I love you to you and like it was before you were ready to say it?
No, but I've been kind of coerced into saying it to her by her friend.
What? For the friend?
Yeah, because like, so me and my girl were like all close, like grew up together, like friends know each other's friends. So we were like on a train ride back from like an Eagles game or whatever. Of course. Where all love begins. We're all in love.
We all go to the Eagles games. And we do what we do.
It's where love births and dies ultimately. But we're on like the train, you know, all like drunk and stuff. And she's like, Fonz, you love her, don't you? And I was like, well, I mean, what do you want me to say? She's like, say it. You love her. And then my girl's just sitting there looking at me like,
oh my God, doe-eyed.
Like, yeah, I love her.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that at all. That's very. How old is your girl? This is very like a 12-year-old behavior. How old?
25, 26.
Okay, yeah, that's like some elementary school shit of like taunting.
It goes deeper than
that. Your girl needs to listen to my pod. That's what she needs to do. She needs to listen to my pod.
Just the ones I'm not producing.
That's it's like, the I love you thing, it's very like, just don't be a fucking wuss about it. You love someone, you love someone. You want to say it or don't say it. Like,
I wish she just would have been like, hey.
Yeah, clearly she felt that way.
Clearly she told her friend to like, go pry.
Yeah, but it's such a coward thing to be like, well, they have to say it first. Get some fucking balls, honestly, all these people. All right, so this is just one DM I got about this, but I had several along these lines, okay? Boyfriend of 5 months isn't ready to say I love you. I said it last month. We talked about it, but do I keep bringing it up? Do you want to keep reminding the man that he doesn't love you yet? That's literally what you just asked me. Should I keep reminding him that he doesn't love me? No. I'm a stubborn person. If someone kept being like, hey, remember how you don't love me? I'd be like, yeah, it's going to be another month, okay? You keep nagging me like this, it's not going to make me change my mind. Oh, my God. Because I have this thing of, if I say I love you first in a relationship to someone, I would actually say it and go, I don't want you to say it back to me right now because I feel like you're only saying it because I said it. I want you to say this when you genuinely feel it, when you genuinely mean it. But me, I've hit that point. I love you. I want to let you know that and express that. And that's how I would leave it. Because to me, it counts more when it's not only said just because I said it first. And a lot of times, that's why you're saying it. You're like, I'm saying it because I want to hear it. So you got to ask yourself that question. But also, it's like, look, I get it. You're like 5 months. Where is this going? Is it going to get to the I love you stage? I mean, the only way you're going to know is time, right? And if you're sitting there going, all right, I have my own clock here, and like at month 6, if I'm still not getting that I love you, and I feel it's not going anywhere, well, yeah, have that conversation. But that's a conversation that I'd be like, you kind of have to have your decision made of like, hey, is this a deal breaker ultimately for you? Like, when is the time frame? I wouldn't give them a time frame. I wouldn't give them an ultimatum like, okay, well, it's been 6 months, and according to relationship studies, people say it within 3 and whatnot. But like, I would like to think if I said I love you to a guy and he didn't feel that, he would probably just end the relationship at probably a quick point. Because it's like, he knows the clock is ticking on it. He fucking knows, right? If a girl says I love you to you, let's say she says it one time, you don't say it back, you're like, I'm not there yet, Fonzie, right?
Yeah.
I think you'd agree she shouldn't just keep bringing it up.
Well, yeah, like you said, if you keep bringing it up, it might, like, to a point, scare him away almost.
Yeah, it's not even scare away. It's just like, what do you like?
Right.
I know. I'm well aware. Like, I have not said it.
Let me come around when I come around.
Yeah, I'll say it when I feel it.
Yeah, but I like what you said too. It's like wait a month or so, let it marinate, and
yeah.
like then bring it up again. You don't want to be like, so you love me yet?
Yeah. Also, do you think she should keep saying it on her end?
No.
Yeah.
Unless it's like romantic night or like something like a date night. I don't know, and she's really feeling it. Like she must be really in love.
Yeah, I would kind of be like, I broke the ice on it, and I just won't bring it up till they say it.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't touch it until he's like, hey, like, I think I love you. And then you go, oh my God, I love you too.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. I think I love you.
That's my 24-year-old brain.
Yeah, no, it's just funny. I'm like, oh my God.
That was me on the train.
I think I love you.
I love you.
I think.
I don't know. Home? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think. This is very fun. Okay. Someone messaged me bad breakups. First of all, we have several episodes about breakups. Look them up. Number one thing I tell everyone is block them immediately on fucking everything. I don't care if you've known each other since your first Eagles game at 3 years old, like Fonzie and his girlfriend. Like, I don't know if you got that South Jersey love or whatever, but truly, you block them on absolutely everything, and especially Venmo. That's really when you see shit you don't want to see. Now, the bright side of the Venmo of, I have come across 2 Venmo transactions of people I did not block that I dated that actually made me get over them, of the sense of, I remember my one ex, I saw Valentine's Day. Current girl Venmo'd him for sushi. Then I was like, y'all splitting the bill on Valentine's Day?
Yikes.
Right? I was like, oh, yeah, she's in hell. Like, I don't envy her at all. Oh, you're paying up on Valentine's? Okay, well, you know what? You two have a good life. Be very happy together. I am not at all jealous. And then the other one, actually, same thing of, it was like, yeah, I just saw a Venmo transaction of like lunch, and I just was like, yeah, that's not the relationship I want. I don't want this constant Venmo back and forth like you're my fucking friend. I'm a very like, I'm picking up the tab or you're picking up the tab. Right. That's my vibe. So Venmo could help you feel better, but it just will make you go down a rabbit hole in a way. Because like, you see a Venmo for like a plane ticket, jealous, pure jealousy. Like, oh, y'all are flying places together.
Y'all going to Miami already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, how long has this relationship been? Then you start scrolling. You're like, how long ago? Oh, if we started Venmoing each other in July, that means we were going on dates in June. You know, those first couple dates the men's covering, and then that split comes up. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Someone asked me this: dropping hints to my boyfriend about an engagement. Yeah, I'm Italian. I don't hint. I can't hint if my life depended on it. Yeah, this is a conversation you should be having. Have you talked about marriage? If you're not, why? Like, what? I don't ever understand a fantasy of a woman that's like, you think engagement's going to be just this blind romantic thing that happens? That are you the worst decision maker of all time? Like, who you marry is the biggest decision you make in your life. It's one of your biggest decisions, and you're just gonna be like, no, I want it to be a pure surprise, no conversation. You know, I'm traditional. You got to like ask my father for permission. It's like, look, even if it says no, if I want to marry you, I'll do it. But, you know, it's a formality thing. It's a respect thing. Yeah, hint. You got to just ask them, like, I think a good question is kind of like, hey, what is your like 5-year plan? What do you want to be doing in 5 years? Where do you want us to be in 5 years? And just see what they say. That's it. That's literally it. Hinting at an engagement, it's like, no, be an adult. Have a conversation. I would assume you're having conversations of when we get married, Casually drop that in a convo. See if they freak the fuck out. That'll give you an answer. But I'm like, jokingly, I came up with a hint that's like, yeah, my dad wants to know if you need his permission anytime soon. That's why I don't hint. I'd be very snide about it. I would not be very nice. It wouldn't be cute. Yeah, I don't know how to be casual. Do you really believe there's always someone out there for someone? Yes. Because think of all the terrible people you know that are in relationships and found someone. I'm like, I gotta have at least double their options. So yeah, I do believe watching terrible people get into relationships keeps my faith alive, honestly. Because nothing kills my faith more than thinking of all the great people I know and great women I know, and they're still single. That I'm like, no. Think of those terrible people. Think of those god awful people, and there's someone putting up with their shit. So like, someone will put up with me. I'm a good time. Large black man. Now we're just manifesting on the pod. Now we're just manifesting. All right. Okay. I got a couple herpes questions here. Okay. Someone was like, I have herpes. Is it unfair to ask my girlfriend for oral? Look, just because you have herpes doesn't mean you should be having bad sex. Like, and that's something that's I'm going to assume you're new into the game of having herpes, because I used to be this person of just like, kind of was happy to get what I could get, was just happy someone was like cool with herpes and willing to have sex with me. And let me tell you something, that lasted maybe like a couple months. Very quickly I was like, oh yeah, if this sex is bad, I'm not gonna just continue doing this. So the key to life for anything you want is asking for it, is opening your mouth, doing something about it. And yeah, if a guy doesn't go down on me because I have herpes, I just lose his number. I'm not going to sit around and wait. I'm not going to make you do whatever you don't want to do. I've had that before, and I just was like, hey, do you not go down on women? And he said, no, I do. And I was like, okay, well, for some reason, it's not happening over here. I don't know why. If it's something you're not comfortable with, that's cool. But yeah, I'm not going to stick around. There are plenty of men who love eating pussy, and there's plenty of women that like giving head. So yeah, you just got to ask, honestly. I feel like in general, though, I don't know if this is wrong. Fonzie, do you feel like in general most relationships going down either way kind of like dies off when it comes to sex?
I was just thinking that, like, after a while I feel like it just kind of gets routine almost too, like,
right, or like, this makes me sound like a pillow princess, but isn't my choice of like, even people I've been with consistently for a while and I still go down on them. I'm like, I'm trying to think right now of like the last time I gave head to completion on a dude. I can't fucking remember.
Neither can I.
Like, but they move it to sex. It's not me being like,
right,
don't you dare.
Yeah.
But I was like, in terms of like finishing someone off orally, I'm like, I'm receiving that more than I'm fully giving it.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed.
It sounds like you're coming off on top.
I know. It sounds like I'm winning.
What are you complaining about?
Yeah. Just remember, I have herpes and I'm winning. So, anyway, let's get over this. Okay. Getting over rejections. I mean, this is the reason nobody shoots their shot or is direct with asking people out. It's like, what, you're afraid of rejection? There's two ways to operate life, okay? Either you can wait around for something to happen, or you can try to make something happen and get your answer. My answer is always going to be to these types of questions. 2, ask someone out, shoot a shot, and that's it. And anytime I get rejected, I just think about like, oh, remember those times I rejected someone for basically no reason? Yeah, not personal. It's not that personal. Just go out there and reject someone yourself. Then you'll be like, oh, see, it happens. I can reject people. Ugh, okay. This I kind of hate. All right. Asked if he wanted to be exclusive after 3 months. Wasn't a hell yes. What to do? First of all, hell yes is some Tinks bullshit that I don't subscribe to. Of like, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. It's like, dude, is it a yes or a no? I don't like. Wasn't a hell yes. It's like, it sounds like it's not a yes. Is it a yes or is it a no? If you ask a man any question and the answer is not yes, and it is literally anything else, any type of vague whatever, the answer is no. Okay? And that's even with exclusive. It's 3 months. You're asking exclusive. I'm sorry, you haven't had that conversation yet. I assume you're sleeping together. Like, if you only want to be sleeping with this person, that's when exclusive conversation comes up. I don't believe in the exclusive title. I have done it in the past, but I just have never had an exclusive turn to boyfriend. Most men, it's like they either want to be with you and want you to be theirs, or they don't. Exclusive is just this weird gray area of they're like, well, I would like to not use condoms, so I'll agree to at least not fuck other people. But that's it. Yeah. It wasn't a yes. You want commitment, he didn't give it to you, I would leave. That's my advice. That's going to often be my advice, is to leave. Down. Okay. Also, yeah, if you want more, if you want specifically a herpes sex episode, we have a really good one with Ella Dawson came on and we talked about, I think it's literally called Getting Better Sex While Having Herpes. If you're on the YouTube, sorry, that's an audio episode, so you got to go to the podcast on iTunes or Spotify. All right, there's one that I want to find here that was about pets. Where is it? Oh God, someone asked me winning him back. That's just so depressing. I don't know how you even typed that to me. What are you winning him back? What? Do you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? No. Interested, but he's extremely hairy all over. Nervous I won't be attracted in bed. Grow up. You're worried about hair? I mean, I don't know who wrote this. It sounds like you're 22, because like maybe this was something that I wasn't. Not that I've ever been like, wow, I've been super into super hairy guys, but I'm like, I'm a hairy bitch myself, so it's like, get over it. Like, also, yeah, okay, let's admit, back hair, not sexy, I guess, to most of us, right? But like, you don't have to lick their back, so I don't see what the issue is. You know, no issue. Get over it. We're adults. That's something that's very like a woman submits that, and it's like, okay, but if any woman was like, he won't go down on me because like I don't fully shave or I'm not fully waxed, we'd all be like, this monster, this horrible piece of shit. And then you're being like, it's kind of hairy and it's kind of gross. And look, your preferences are your preferences. Like, look, if you can't have a hairy man, then date Asians. I don't know what to tell you. They're usually not hairy. Where is this dumb question? Oh, I loved this. Okay. Dude I dated in the spring claims he's coming to my birthday next week. Feelings beyond friendship, ? Yeah, how does he know about this party? You invited him, right? You clearly invited him. You want him to come. Do you want him to come or do you not want him to come? I don't understand. You're basically like, you extended the invite and you're taking him coming to your party as, oh, maybe he's interested in you. You just invited him to a party with a bunch of other women are going to be. Did you realize that? Like, you were just like, hey, you want to come to this party? There's probably going to be a bunch of girls that you could also fuck. That's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking. I would uninvite this man. Don't even think about him. It's your birthday. You get to be the star. This is like kind of you're in the bar. You have all your friends. There's a little tension on you. This is a great opportunity for you to meet somebody else. This guy, I don't know if he's a loser or not, but no, he doesn't want to date you. It didn't work out. Why would you have him come back? Why would you ever help a man that didn't want your pussy get more pussy? That's my question. I would never. I'd be like, you're done. Okay. Ooh, this was a fun one. How long should I wait to message a guy I like who just ended an engagement? All right. This is what I said, Fonzie. Let me hear what you think. If you want to date him, personally, I would wait like close to a year. All right. It's messy. They got to move out. They might have money tied up. I'd wait at least a year personally. If you want to hook up with him today, literally today, there is no easier time to bag a dude sexually or just to hook up with than when they're fresh off any type of breakup or sadness. Okay. Sad people are the easiest people to scoop.
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you think on that advice though? If you want to date him,
a year's super long.
You think that's too long
for
engagement though?
Engagement definitely is tough, but a year is like enough time for him to stumble upon somebody and like restore his love, and you know.
True, but it's anytime I've interacted with a dude, not engagement, like the last one, dated was with a girl 6 years. Mm-hmm. I felt they had this thing in their head of like, I could tell they told themselves like, you need to like really just be single for a year. Right. A lot of people do that where they go, hey, I've been a serial monogamous forever. I'm gonna make myself do the single for a year thing. Yeah. But I do agree with you of like, yeah, it's like if someone really wants to date you, they're gonna try to date you. Yeah. So my move would be not to, not speak to him at all, but I wouldn't shoot a hard shot. Someone fresh on an engagement, right? I would message them. I'd almost be like, hey, I heard, about the engagement. I'm sorry, da-da-da. And I'd be like, hey, you ever like just, want to like grab a drink or something? I'd throw it out there real vague. Yeah. Because it sounds like you know them. So I'm like, if that was someone I knew, was kind of friends with, I'd have it be the vague, like, hey, yeah, I know it's tough. Like, you ever, want to like grab a bite or something, or I would invite them to friend group things, because
Yeah.
here's the other trap you don't want to be. You don't want to be girl they fucking cry to, girl they fucking vent to. I'm not trying to be your therapist, okay? I'm into you. But a lot of times women fall into that where they're like, I'll be this supportive, listening therapist friend, and then maybe he'll want to fuck me. He won't.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
not
telling
gonna
you
work.
about the girls he fucks.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'd be in a vicinity. If I had a group of friends getting dinner or something, I'd extend the invite. Hey, I'm doing this with some friends. Do you want to come? And like, they're gonna know you're almost kind of pitying, inviting them a little bit, but like, that's the time to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Act like you're taking care of them. Yeah, show them
Exactly.
a good time.
Anyway, oh, someone asked me self-confidence. I listen to Meg Thee Stallion. That's what I do. Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, some bad bitch energy songs. That's what I listen to. That makes me feel hot as shit. All right, this one. I might get flack for this. I don't fucking care. All right, advice on shared dog custody post-divorce. Okay, my first question is, how many years does the dog have left? Okay, that's my first question. I know no one wants to think about it. We all want our pets to live forever, blah, 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 blah. Get real. How much time does the dog have left? Was this like still a new puppy? Like, this is going to be a 10-year situation? Here's what I have to say. I would rather kill myself than have to deal with this. If I start dating someone who's sharing a pet with their ex, I'm like, no, you guys need to figure out who has the pet and who doesn't. Okay. That should be decided when you buy the pet. Okay. Put this shit in your prenups. All right. I also found out shelters now, if you adopt, do make you pick who gets the dog or animal after, as they fucking should, because they're like, basically, you can't bring it back here. Okay. But I know I'm going to get flack. I don't have a pet, so it's like, okay, oh, what do you know about? Oh, you don't know the love for a dog and blah, 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 blah. Listen, all of you that say my dogs are like children, well, then guess what? Treat them like children, get a lawyer, and go to a custody battle. That's all I'm going to say about this situation is figure it out, because I cannot imagine I'm with my husband at our kid's birthday party, and he has to leave to go pick up his dog from his ex and leaves me with a bunch of screaming 2-year-olds running around because it's our week to have the dog. Absolutely not. Cut all ties with your ex. That includes pets. Someone's going to get the pet and someone isn't. If you don't have any legal paperwork to figure this out, or you don't have the money for a lawyer, I would say, who dumped who? Who dumped who? Did you dump them? Guess what? They get to keep the pet. They get to keep the pet because you've moved on. You're emotionally already over the relationship. They're not. Let them cuddle with the dog, okay? Let them cuddle with the dog. But this is my absolute fucking nightmare. I can't imagine dating someone and having to deal with communicating with their ex with a dog. It's not a child, okay? It's not. Like I said, if it's a child to you, well, then get a lawyer, okay? Get a lawyer, get a custody battle, go to court like the rest of us that have children, okay? And the rest of us isn't me, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. But nothing would turn me off more than someone being like, yeah, I share a pet with my ex and it's fine. It's like, oh, you need to cut these ties of your relationships. Anyone I know that has tried to do this, by the way, eventually someone just has the pet. Someone just has the pet. But also it's like, oh, I can't imagine me myself having to drive to your ex's house and get the dog because your ex is going on a nice vacation. And I get to take care of the dog so they don't have to worry on their fucking vacation? Absolutely not. I'm like, oh, we're gonna give free dog care now to your ex to help them out? No. I'm not doing Venmo splits and I'm not watching your ex's dog, okay? I'm not doing it and you shouldn't do it. And that's my advice to the people. So anyway, I think that was enough advice for today. If you enjoy this, just submit your little questions to my Instagram little box. You can DM us, shootersgottashootpod. Email us, shootersgottashootpod@gmail.com. And we're on TikTok. So if you want to send us TikTok advice to debate, we also do that on the show. Just send me the link, DM it on TikTok, figure it out. Y'all know how to do it. Just find me, message me. And thank you all for listening. And let me know what you think of this episode in the comments, message, whatever. Appreciate y'all. You want to join the Patreon? It's patreon.com/shootersgottashoot. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.